What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Star Flag Media Gaming. Today we're talking about the biggest lie Xbox ever sold to gamers. No, it's not the Red Ring of Death. It's not Kinect spying rumors. It's something way worse because it preyed on our imagination. Of course, I have to be talking about Project Milo, the demo that blew our minds at E3 2009 and then disappeared like it never existed. The AI boy who was supposed to talk, learn, and basically become your digital friend. Xbox called it the future. Instead, it became one of gaming's biggest bait and switches. Let's break down exactly how Microsoft hyped it, lied about it, and then quietly buried it.
Science fiction writers, filmmakers, they haven't imagined what we're able to do today. We've been experimenting with something here. I'd like you to meet a boy called Milo. He's a character that can recognize us, he can recognize our faces, he can recognize our voices, he can recognize emotions in us. And this is Claire. She's going to introduce you to Milo.
Hi, I'm Milo. How you doing?
Hi Claire, you okay?
Actually, I'm a bit nervous.
You? Nervous? I don't believe it.
This is the first time that thousands of people are going to see this.
Thousands of people.
Here we're seeing Claire being recognized,
Actually,
and the emotion in Claire's voice being recognized, and that emotion reflecting in Milo's face. Those are all being seen for the first time.
It's E3 2009. Peter Molyneux walks on stage, the king of overpromising himself, and he reveals Project Milo, and people lost it. We saw this kid on screen who could recognize your face using the Kinect camera, understand your voice with Kinect mic, respond emotionally, draw with you, ask you questions, and remember what you told him. It wasn't just a game. Microsoft sold it as a living character in your Xbox. Gamers, journalists, even tech experts walked out saying, this will change everything. But here's the truth. Most of what you saw on stage that night was scripted. And Microsoft already knew Kinect couldn't do half of anything that was shown. Behind closed doors, devs were already saying Kinect struggled with depth perception, recognizing objects, proper voice processing, latency, consistent tracking. But on stage, Microsoft acted like they were showing real, in-engine AI interactions happening live, when in reality, it was pre-programmed responses, hand-picked animations, and rehearsed voice lines. The draw something and Milo reacts to it moment, completely staged. Kinect couldn't scan drawings in real time. The technology simply did not exist. This wasn't optimism. It wasn't Molyneux being Molyneux. This was a company knowingly misleading the entire world to sell the hardware. So why fake it? Simple. Kinect was in trouble. Microsoft had dumped millions into this motion tech because they were jealous of what Nintendo was doing with the Wii and their success. They needed something massive to convince people Kinect was more than just a party toy. So, they used Project Milo as the emotional hook, the demo that made you think Kinect was high-end sci-fi tech. They wanted headlines like Xbox create real artificial intelligence child, and they got them. But behind the scenes, developers trying to actually build the full version of Milo were saying, This is impossible. This hardware can't do this, and there is no way this is going to ship. And eventually, Microsoft agreed. So, what happened? Silence. Absolute silence. Project Milo got quietly renamed, quietly restructured, and quietly dissolved. The team was reassigned to a Kinect sports game. I'm not joking. The most ambitious AI project in console history got turned into mini games and voice commands like Xbox Play. Microsoft pretended the game was never meant for retail. They claimed it was just a tech demo. And funny how they only said that years later. Because at E3 2009, they definitely made it look like a real product. When gamers started asking, "Where's Milo?" Microsoft dodged the question. They knew the truth. If they admitted that the E3 demo was impossible, Kinect sales would tank. Instead, they kept up the illusion long enough to push Kinect as the future of gaming, even though it barely worked. And they were tying it directly to the next Xbox. Milo was supposed to be the proof that Kinect was magic. But the moment that lie served its purpose, they buried him. And what did we get? Dance games, fitness apps, voice controls that worked half the time, and dev teams forced to shove Kinect support into games that nobody wanted. Project Milo wasn't canceled, it was sacrificed. So yes, Project Milo is Xbox's biggest lie. Not because it failed, but because it was never real in the first place. Microsoft used the promise of AI, emotional connection, and next-gen tech to sell a vision that the hardware simply couldn't deliver. And here's the takeaway. Every time a company shows a too good to be true tech demo, remember Milo. Remember the lie. And remember that hype is cheap, but trust is almost impossible to earn back. To me, the Xbox One wasn't the beginning of the end for Microsoft. Project Milo was. I want to thank everybody for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know the next gaming lie you want exposed. As always, want to thank you for being here at Star Flag Media Gaming, and we will catch you in the next video.